Okay, so I heard that this football player, Travis something, he recently got engaged to his long term girlfriend. And I don't know if you guys remember, but there was this, and I did a video on it too. It was titled The Not My Type Problem because basically she did a video saying that he wasn't her type initially. And all of a sudden he got like this scholarship or he became like, he won like a Heisman Trophy. You know, he got like a really big deal in the football world. And, you know, she started paying him more attention and now they're together. And I don't know if you guys remember, you can check out my video if you want to see all the receipts. But all the men in the world dropped what they were doing, no matter how important it may be, and they all had one collective, you know, mission. And that was to let this man know to not marry this woman. Now, I cannot think of another alternative when it comes to women. I feel like Halle Bailey's situation is really close, which is why like her story grinds so many gears in different people. But even that was divided. Even some of the women were like, "Oh, well, you're just old and bitter, and you just wish you had a man." And da 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 da. A lot of people were kind of bigging up DDG, saying that, you know, he has his own emotion, he has this. You know, people were basically giving him a chance. They said that initially, now we can say we were right, but initially, the women that said, "Hey, she can do better," those were seen as women who were bitter and were trying to ruin their relationship and were just jealous and projecting, right? So even then, that was divided. And even now in the aftermath, it's still kind of divided. But men, I noticed, and I really envy men for this because they don't really do this to one another. All of men agreed, no, you don't need to be with her. Whether she meant to say what she said or not, we don't like her. Get rid of her. Not one man stuck up and said, "Oh, well, maybe, maybe there's a misunderstanding that she has an OnlyFans and she was a stripper and she said that you weren't even her type and she only came around as soon as you got famous." And no, like, there's no man, doing that. Like, they all have one collective mission, and that's to look out for one another, right? And they're not saying him, "Oh, well, you should have chose better. There's better women out there. You should have chose better." They're blaming it all on her. Like, "Girl, we see what you're doing. We're holding you accountable." They believe she's a gold digger. And they're looking at him like, "Hey, bro, don't get trapped, bro. Hey, bro." But with women, it's like we just gotta, like, you know? And I get it. Like, some people feel like men are a lost cause, so why should we even hold them accountable? They're going to do them. We should look to ourselves. And I totally agree to that. Like, I agree with that to a degree. Like, I really, 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 really do. But to get upset that other people want to blow some steam and talk about how fucked up this dynamic is, it doesn't matter if this dynamic has been going on since the beginning of time. We're just now living it now. I'm in my mid-20s, so I don't care if feminism and, misandry or the, ethics and gender, like, this stuff has been going on since the beginning of time, but I just got here, right? So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna feel a certain type of way. I'm gonna figure out the dynamics of my generation and, the men in my dating pool and the men in my family and the men and women who represent me, my color, So people are gonna talk about those things. And you're allowed to have your own opinion. But it really hurts me to see us act like only one person can have an opinion. And that if two opinions don't sound the same at first, that they can never coexist. When men don't do that to one another. Meaning it's possible for us to hold each other accountable and look out for one another without, like, hating each other or bringing each other down in the process. But yeah, I definitely envy men. In my next life, I call dibs. But thank you and have a beautiful day.